It's your boy Dristo for here.
It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall and telling that girl she the one for me, and I ain't even planning to call. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Drizzy, not to be confused with Drake. I know I hadn't been on in a while, but I've been pretty busy in between working at a hospital, celebrating my birthday, and just not really having a locals to go to. I just haven't been playing much Yu-Gi-Oh! I still do play the game, and I still collect, I still trade, and of course I still want to, stay in touch with you guys. So I'm going to try to get into more videos. I'm not going to make any promises, just, like I said, a lot's been going on, and I've been trying to get a lot of rest, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a huge part of my social life, even though it is a part of it, so y'all just bear with me. Today I'm coming to you guys with a deck profile. Usually I don't do deck profiles, but I've been working on this deck for a while, and I'm really liking the results I'm getting with it, and so I feel like I should share with you guys, so maybe y'all can suggest some changes, try it out for yourself, see if you like it. It's another version of my Junk Doppel. Everybody who knows me and who's been subscribed to me knows that Junk Doppel is probably my most favorite deck in the game. I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be playing Junk Doppel until I die, or the game dies, or whichever one happens first. So anyway, I'm going to get on to the deck. I call it RoseWhipped. You're going to see why when I go through the deck profile, but you guys can give it whatever name you like, and of course, leave your comments. So let's get on to the deck. Alright, first we're going to start off, we got Triple Junk Synchron. This is one of the best monsters in the game, especially in the Junk Doppel deck. This guy just makes a lot of plays viable for Doppel Warrior. Double Quick Draw McGraw. I don't like to normal summon a lot, and in situations where I can't, he's always good to get rid of a useless monster or to just pitch something to the grave and just to get something on board. And I have plenty of synchros that I can go into with him. But you don't need 3 though, because 3 is clogged. Then of course I got 2 unknown synchrons. They're the Cyber Dragons. They're also level 1 tuners. They're just really good for a good setup for a Quasar, or just to hold our defense, or just for level manipulation. Next I'm running Triple Doppel Warrior. Was running 2, but I hated having to roll it into 1 or never drawing it, or already using 2 of them and never getting and needing 1 more. So I go 3. And as much stuff that comes back from the graveyard with this deck, this card is never dead in my hand. Double Debris. Usually don't like Debris Dragon. Because I try to normal summon the least amount as possible. But with everything that comes from the deck, Debris Dragon is able to go through a lot of level manipulation as well. So I'm not only going for Black Rose or something level 7. I'm able to go to other things as well, which you guys will see. 2 Quillboat. This card saves my life so much. Necro Valley can't do anything to him. If they Valor my Junk Synchron or anything, he's still going to come back. And if they don't Valor and I get an extra monster, then I'm going to get that plus a Quillboat. A lot of level manipulation. This guy is just a little boss monster. 2 Level Eater. Same thing as I said for the Quillboat Hedgehogs. Level manipulation always comes back. Necro Valley can't stop it. This guy just makes my Quasar plays a lot more easier because he makes things small enough to where they can be fused into Quasar. And of course you guys know, yes, I'm running fucking Quasar. So that guy. Lone Fire. I usually hate Lone Fire, but in this deck, since it is RoseWhipped, you're going to see why Lone Fire is actually a very good card in this deck. So that I have to run it. Spore Rebonnaire is obvious. So is Dandelion. And then we get into the other part of it. I run 3 Cherry Amados. And this card is whenever it's destroyed by battle, I get to special summon up to 2 Amado monsters from my deck. They can't be used for a single summon that turn, but most likely they're getting killed on your opponent's turn, so you can't synchro summon with them anyway. And I run 3 regular Amados. So if a Cherry Amado dies, I bring out another Cherry Amado and an Amado, and automatically I have a level 5 synchro on board, which means they got to stop it. And even if they do stop it, I still have a normal summon or going through any of my other plays on my next turn. Plus, his effect is pretty good, so they target another plant monster on my side of the field. I can tribute them off and draw 2 cards. I do it every now and then. It's just good just for plussing because I like having cards in my hand, and it just gives me more versatility with my quick draws and other things like my Level Eaters and my Quillboats. So the Amado engine is very good, and Lone Fire brings out a Cherry Amado, and it just starts to mayhem. And it just allows me to fuel through the deck very fast. Gorge, because I put Gorge in everything. I don't care if I run back row or not. I put Gorge in everything, and it's good in this deck. and then dark some more because I run enough darks and enough wins to get them out very easily. Plus, I don't like people that like to set up with like a lot of back row, a lot of face down. So if I get them out early, I can pretty much go for a surefire game because they can't respond with any of their traps and they got to get rid of them. That's it for the monsters. Somebody asked me about running Dad. I don't run Dad just because he's I go through the deck so fast. Dark monsters hit the graveyard so fast. I have no way of controlling how many are in there at all times. So Dad is usually a dead card unless I get him early on. Spells. 2 tuning, 3 the hand clog, plus if I run into a situation with Thunder King, I don't want to have a lot of these stuck in my hand. So 2 of those, plus I don't like to do random meals, so 2 is good enough. 1 Rhoda, I run about 7 warriors, plenty of targets. Foolish Burial, dump off Dandy, Spore, dump off Quillboat or Love Eater. Mind Control, anytime you're playing Synchros or Exceed, you got to play this card. 1 for 1. Lets me pitch off useless monsters. Let me get out my tuners, my Love Eaters to start double manipulation. Beast. Staple cards. Monster Heavy. Double MST. Pot of Avarice. Allure. I run 13 dark, so this card is never dead. That's an extra 3rd Doppel Warrior. If I don't need it, I can go ahead and get rid of it. And then the fun part, of course, we got 2 Mark of the Rose. So that's why it's called RoseWhipped. This is pretty much like a mind control or I guess a brain control. Or snatch steal, whatever you want to call it. This card just say if I have a plant monster, which I run plenty of in my graveyard, remove and play, and I just took control of that monster. The rule of thumb is if you take that monster, either you go for game or you don't give it back, or both. And that's pretty much what I do with these. And they just make it so much better. If you got a big monster that I want, just give it to me, and I pretty much go for game from there. And last but not least, I run 1 treacherous trap hole just because I don't like my opponent setting up, so I can pop 2 monsters. Or if push comes to shove, I can pop one of mine and one of theirs just to get one of my monsters to the graveyard. It's a really good card. Not much of it needs explaining. Going on to the extra deck, this is very standard, so we're going to keep on with that. Formula, Armory, Junk Warrior, Canister, Librarian. Drill Warrior, the best monster in the game. To this day, no matter how many times I play Doppel, if my Drill Warrior lives, I have never lost, and I'm proud of that. So Drill Warrior is one of the best cards in the game. It's just a free plus every turn. Iron Chain, because I like to mill cards. My opponent can't draw them, plus he's, of course, Debris Dragon. Jump Berserker, Black Rose. Destroyer, wasn't running him at first, but just the fact that I run level 3s and a quick draws, sometimes I'm forced into just that play. So he's good for popping, if nothing else, at least 1 card. Stardust, I usually don't like Stardust, but with everybody running double Torrential, double Mirror Force, and things like that, Stardust has become more playable to me. Scrap Dragon, which is obvious. Thought Ruler, this card has saved my life. Whenever we're going into time in a tournament or anything, I just go and summon him and just start beating that monster down and gain life points, and he's good. And also he can't be targeted, so deep prison and all the other shit, they just skip him over. Mistworm, obvious, and of course my boy shooting Quasar because he's fucking real and I'm gonna use him. Alright, y'all, that's it for the deck. Not gonna go into the side deck. It's pretty standard. Anything that stops Doppel I have in the side deck, plus a few of my own surprises. We'll worry about that later. You guys tell me what you think. Leave your comments. Tell me if you miss me. Just give my deck a cool name if you don't mind. And last but not least, it's your boy Drizzy, not to be confused with Drake. My years got swag. Stay tuned. I'm coming back with more videos. Peace.